Get it! Yo, what up? It's your boy. All right, man, we back with another interview. I got a very special guest with me. If you could go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
What's going on, family? This King Dre with How to Be a Player on YouTube. I like to liken myself as not really a dating coach, but more so like a game advisor. Helping guys out. Um, with their relationships and dating. From a real perspective. From that raw perspective. So, that's what
Okay.
I do.
Yeah, I like that term, game advisor. I never heard that one.
Yeah,
That make a lot of sense.
yeah, because
So,
it's not like I'm. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
well, yeah. Go ahead on what you were
Yeah,
saying.
it's not like I'm like I don't, I could teach a dude how to cold approach a chick and what to say. But that ain't more so my thing. Like if you look at my content, that ain't really a lot of that is not really my thing. My thing is more so in dealing with the women and, so you can, have a good outcome with these women that you deal with, how to keep them. You know what I'm saying? I can show you how to get them. If guys ask me, how do I do this? How do I do that? I don't have a problem telling them. But like I said, my main thing is more so, uh, transferring a guy's mentality. That way he can, deal with women successfully and win.
Facts, yeah. A lot of men need that, man, because the approach is literally the first step. A lot of guys
Yeah,
will get stuck on that, and it's so much more to it.
right.
So, with your name being How to Be a Player, what would you say is the difference between a player and an actual pimp, if there's a difference?
A pimp is a guy who gets money from women from selling their bodies, or basically who lives off the earnings of a woman off a prostitute. That's what a pimp is. Somebody who gets money from a prostitute. I mean, it's a little bit deeper than that, but basically that's what that is. A player is somebody that does what they do really good. So, um, like in terms of street terms, that's where the term came from. It's like a street term. It was basically the guy that was good at doing what he was doing, and the byproduct of that is always women. So it initially got associated with that. So a pimp can be you can have a pimp that's a simp.
Yeah,
That's where the term simping come from. It come from the pimp game. You can have a pimp that's a simp. You can have a pimp that's a player. You know what I'm saying? The
facts.
player is just a guy that's good at doing what he do. You dig what I'm saying?
True. So would you say majority of men want to be a player, or majority of them want to be like monogamous? Which one do you think, if you had to bottle it up for
You
men?
can you can be just a misconception too. You can be a player, right, and be monogamous. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? It's just it through like media and feminism and I don't know if you're old enough to remember, but like in the 90s and shit, it kind of like took on like they started demonizing men for that type of like having more than one woman and shit. It was like a big old smear campaign against men, especially black men for that type of lifestyle. And that
Yeah.
got associated with they would call guys like that was like manipulative and cheating and shit. They would call guys like that players. So that kind of stuck. But originally that's not what it is. Now I would say most guys, from what I know, from what I know in my experience and teaching and coaching guys and shit and dealing with guys, most guys just want to be monogamous, and there's nothing wrong with that. From what
Yeah.
I say, from what I see, most
Facts.
guys just want to find their one woman, and their family and just be good at raising their family and shit like that. So that's from what I see. I initially, before I started doing this, I thought everybody was more so like me. Either you was like me or you was just a sucker. So I
Yeah.
thought niggas just wanted to, have all these hoes, and that's what I thought. But the more I do this, the more I find out. Like I said, most guys just want a regular family, and they just want their chick to treat them good. That's all they want, and they happy with that.
Facts. Shout out to Isaiah. I see you in here, bro. Everybody else that's in here, make sure y'all hit that like button and join the channel membership. The link to that is below. You guys want to interact a little bit more, and make sure y'all subscribe to King Dre channel. It's the first comment down below, the first link down below in the description. You'll see his channel. Make sure y'all check his content out. So what would you say that what would you say your general message is on your channel? Like what is the main objective for you when you're putting out your content?
My main objective for me is I don't like seeing men. I don't like seeing men lose. Like I have a real like it really bothers me to see like men with their dick in the dirt, getting clean, taken to the cleaners, just
Facts.
not being successful. Like I'm like really passionate about that. I always have been. Like I was always the guy in my circle to like try to help my homies with like why they was going through this and why they was going through that. So my message is basically my message was basically he's talking about Black Pill for Life, Rich. Shout out to Professor Rich at the club. But my message is basically to get guys to be able to deal with women, and in turn I feel like this will balance out society. You dig what I'm saying? Because right now women are pretty much running circles around guys. Women
Yeah.
pretty much have the power. So my ultimate goal is to not really subjugate women, but bring men back to a place into where it's balanced, because it's not balanced right now. You see that a lot with society and a lot of things that's going on in society. The dynamic of relationships and dating is completely unbalanced, and men are on the losing end of that. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't like seeing it, and I want to change that.
Yeah,
So
man. Yeah,
I'm telling guys, don't deal with disrespect. Do this. If a bitch, check a bitch, or if you got checking on work charted, like this, the type of shit I'm teaching guys to do. You know,
uh-huh.
just basically building yourself up and getting yourself up to a level to where you have the power, you control the strings in your situation, instead of a bitch doing it for you and you running behind a bitch.
Facts.
That's my whole thing. It's just to balance the universe, but I have to pick up men to get men to a level of get men to a level of to where they compete and can be valuable. That way they can once you do this, it'll naturally balance. It might not happen. It's not gonna happen 5 years from now. But what I'm trying to do is just spark it.
Okay. No, that makes sense. And a lot of men need this, like a lot of people missed out on this when growing up. So it's good that your intentions is truly to help, like some
Right.
people you can't really determine everybody's intentions, but me personally, I actually recently made a video on this. I was like, man, guys, don't take this for granted. Like it's a good amount of people on this side of YouTube that genuinely want to help men get better in life with women in general. And if Google or YouTube starts to pick up on it, it may be gone. So that's why when I tell
Yeah, I
you guys,
saw that video the other day.
yeah, subscribe to the channels, hop on the Patreon and stuff like that. It's because, of course, the support means something, but guys, y'all don't know how long this is gonna last. Although so many people are doing this now, you never know. Just like how the pandemic hit and the whole world changed, it could be a pandemic online for red pill or whatever you want to call it, and everything could be gone. And so
Yeah.
it's always
Right.
good when guys are genuinely trying to help.
Right.
Facts. So I know you said something there, and I'm curious. How would you tell a man to check a woman? Like, how do you generally check a woman if she's getting out of line?
It just depends, but you don't have to. A lot of guys too. A lot of guys think you have to slap a bitch in the mouth and choke them up. You don't have to do that. You just look her dead in her face and say, "Yo, don't play with me like that." If your shit is tight and your shit is strong, if a woman say something out of line, you can just look at her and that's enough. You can
Facts.
just look at her a certain way and
Yeah.
that's enough. So basically, when I say check a woman for like getting out of line of violating, it's basically letting her know, yo, we don't do that over here. Um, and you just gonna have to respect that.
Yeah.
That's not what
Yeah.
we're doing. Let's say you have a disagreement, right? Let's say you have a disagreement. You have a
Mhm.
disagreement with your girl or whatever, right? And it's like y'all ain't used to this, so it's like early and new, right? And a lot of times, what women to do, they start to talk with an elevated tone. I always tell guys to check that elevated tone. Yo,
Uh-huh.
don't raise your voice in my car, or don't raise your voice in my house. Don't talk to me like that. And
Yeah.
when you done yelling and shit, you let me know, and then we can continue this conversation. That's what I mean by checking. You don't have to be Ike Turner. You don't have to be stomped down. You don't have to punch a bitch in the mouth. It's just simply setting your
Yeah.
boundaries. You dig what I'm saying?
Facts. Facts,
And
bro.
if,
Yeah.
and enforcing them shits. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, there's multiple ways to do it, but you want to stick to it. Like I definitely wouldn't recommend you come in checking her early because she's gonna
Right.
try it again. She may forget, or she may just want to test you to make sure you're still about whatever you was talking about. So you got
Right.
to be
It
consistent.
ain't even that she checking you. And I'm gonna probably do a video about this. It's not even that she's checking you, man. It's the game testing you. The
Yeah,
universe is testing you. You know what I'm saying? The bitch is just the vehicle. But when you out here, life gonna test you, right? And it just use people to do that, to make sure you strong. And if you strong, you're gonna hold. If you're not, you're gonna fold, and the world gonna eat you up. So
facts.
I I try to teach guys that because they look at it and they kind of get mad at women. They feel a certain type of way about women. Or why would women test you and push you and put it? It's not the woman. It's just the universe has to be balanced, right? And it has to make sure the weak motherfuckers be with the weak and eating, and have to make sure the strong motherfuckers survive. And it throws you tests
Yeah,
in any arena, right? But we talking about dating. So when you dating, it's gonna throw you tests, through a woman, like shit test, right? What they say shit test, but it's not really the woman. You know what
facts.
I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's all facts, bro. Like you said, the whole universe, as a man in general, you're gonna get tested. Really, as human beings, but I think it hits a little different for a man, especially in the context of what we're talking about.
Right, right.
So how do you typically meet women?
Wherever, online, in person, wherever, bro.
Okay. So
Wherever.
would you say that with this pandemic going on, it has become easier or harder for you to meet women?
Now, to be honestly, me personally, with everything going on, I kind of chilled out and took a break. So I've been kind of on like a monk mode.
Okay.
So yeah, I've been kind of chilling, kind of playing it safe, because there's people around me that kind of got health issues and shit like that. So
Yeah.
I gotta kind of be safe with it. But yeah, so I pretty much been, chilling, pretty much working and working on my shit, writing and working on this content, shit like that. I kind of took a break. It's kind of like a forced monk mode for me.
Okay.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
what I do, I do still fuck around with Tinder and shit like that. But I just be on there wasting time. Like
Yeah.
when I be like real shit, like when I be bored and shit, I just make match with hoes, talk to them and shit like that. But it's nothing that's gonna come of it.
Yeah. No, I feel that,
So
and it get a little tricky online, man, because you usually won't get what you see. If she's an
oh
eight
yeah,
online, it's a good chance she's a six in person.
yeah,
Women know what
yeah,
they're doing.
yeah. You got to know what to look for, man. You got to know how like I said, I've been doing this for so long. Like I know like women been doing them type of tricks since MySpace. So like I kind of know if she gonna look like how she's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just an experience thing. You learn to pick up on the way the angles, the type of filters they use and shit like that.
Facts. Facts. Yeah, man. So, would you say that men and women can be friends?
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah. I got a platonic friend. Uh, been friends with this girl since middle school, man. I never had sex with her. She tried one time, and it may
Uh,
be variables. It may be variables to why I don't, because she dated my best friend.
okay.
She dated my best friend when we was in middle school. But we was kind of cool before that. Very attractive, real attractive, man. Like what a lot of people would consider a dime piece, but I never slept with her. She tried to when we was like 16 or 17, but on the strength of my homie, I was like, nah, I can't do that to my dog.
Yeah.
Um, but he crazy about it because a couple years later he turned around and backdoored me later. Like he's boned one of my chicks, but
Oh man. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah. So this chick, I've been still friends with her today. Then she ended up getting married to a guy that I was cool with. I was okay with this guy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not the type like if I am cool with you, if we like will dap each other up and have a conversation, I wouldn't sleep with your girl. I
Yeah.
wouldn't do that. So I never really. And she was with him since uh maybe 2003. So she's been with him for a long time. They just divorced maybe a year ago.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, he's just been friends, bro. So maybe that's why
Yeah.
I can use that example, but yeah, never slept with her, never tried to. She tried me one time and I shut that down, and we've been cool ever since.
Okay, so you would basically say it's situational based because
Pretty
I've
much.
interviewed a couple people and a lot of them will say no, then you'll have a handful that say yes, and it all I think it just all depends on the dynamic,
Yeah,
like where it's coming
it's situational. It's situational because, like I say, this chick is very attractive, like very, very, very attractive, and
from.
I don't know. Maybe if she didn't, I probably would have tried. But like I say, she was dating my best friend, and then they broke up. And maybe a couple years after that, she got with this dude that I also knew, and they ended up getting married like ASAP. So I always respected that relationship. But me and this girl always remained friends. Like I would go to their little get-togethers at her house and she with her husband and just like kick it. And he was cool. The guy was cool with me because he knew my character, so he didn't mind me being around his girl, his wife, and shit like that.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
trusted me like that. So,
Okay. All right.
but I don't know. Maybe personally, I would be cool with my wife having a friend like that. I wouldn't be cool with it because
Yeah.
in my mind, I know niggas trying to hit it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Niggas would hit it at the drop of a hat.
Facts.
So, and then
Yeah.
niggas be throwing salt in your game and all type of shit. So,
Uh-huh.
my
Facts.
maybe
Facts.
my situation is just different.
So, which one would you say is more important? Body language or mouthpiece?
Uh, I would say they both equally as important, and here's why. Um, uh, Definitely mouthpiece because if you lack that outside of raw physical, you at spring break and you see a chick and y'all see a chick and you just boning or like your college part. Outside of that, like your normal interactions with women, you're gonna have to talk, right? You're
Yeah.
gonna have to have a mouthpiece. I would say body language is important because women communicate that way. And a lot of times when it's time to close, a woman will do it with her body language. Like women tell you when to escalate, like do they do everything through, women communicate covertly. That's how they operate, right? And if you have to be able to pick up on this shit. Um, so I would say they equally important, but you can get by without paying attention to body language. I would say that.
Okay.
But if you can see body language, it'll take your game to the next level.
Facts.
Like
Facts.
you can be sitting on a date. You could be on a date with a chick, and a chick will look at you a certain way, and she's looking at you saying, "Let's go, let's get up out of here." But if you don't pick up on that, like you missed your shot. Like you know what I'm saying. And most of the time, women not gonna lead the interaction. They expect you to do that. And
Yeah.
like I said, you have to be able to pick up on these cues that women get. They always give you cues. Always, if you know them enough, you be around them and watch them enough, they give you cues every step of the way. You know what I'm saying? From all type of shit. It's crazy, man, when you really get into it and you really paying attention to it, like how they communicate and learning and shit. Because like I said, once you know it, your game is to the moon from that point.
Yeah. Real talk, bro. What's good, Mario? I see you in here. Isaiah, the club. Shout out to everybody else that's in here. You guys know what to do if y'all want to get access to the chat. Right now, we got the King Dre interview going on. So let me ask you this then, bro. What? Well, how do I want to state this? Okay. Would you say purpose? Let's say purpose over here, women, or both?
They're equally important. And let me say this too, right? Let me tell you why. A lot of guys, work, 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 grind, grind, grind. Fuck these hoes. Listen, man, as a part, no, it's equally as important. It's equally important. Like your money and your resources just as important as you mating with the opposite sex. Like you here put on this earth to procreate and to further your gene pool, your genetic pool. That's what you're here to do. You're here to reproduce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's it, this is why when you see, how can I say this? Like this is why when you see guys like incels who can't get laid, they always depressed and got anxiety and shit like that. Or when a
Uh,
bitch leave a dude, it's just like the game over for him.
yeah.
That's how important it is, and there's no way around
Hey,
that. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Real
There's
talk.
no
Yeah.
there's no way around that. You just have to find balance. You can't be about chasing ass all day,
Uh-huh.
and you can't. I mean, you can work yourself to death, but you get a lot done. But at the end of the day, it is not good for your mental health.
Facts.
Dealing with the opposite sex and being successful with the opposite sex is a large source of a man's confidence. I don't give a fuck what nobody tell you. This is why it's a market for this shit.
Mm.
And niggas can sit and say, well, bitch, don't make me a brain. That's bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's bullshit. And it just is what it is. We designed to reproduce with the opposite sex. Period. That's the best feeling in the world. It feels better to have sex than it does to actually eat, and eat and keep you alive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What made it feel so good? That's how important it is. You know what I'm saying? So
you got a point there, man. Balance is the key. Like,
it's a balance, bro.
Yeah, I don't see how you can pick one or the other. You got to find a way, because just like you're not gonna fuck a chick for 24 hours, you ain't gonna be on your purpose for 24 hours. Like, you're gonna at least have 30 minutes, at least.
Exactly, bro.
Like, you gotta sleep, you gotta do all this other stuff. So yeah, I like the way you broke that down.
It's just a balance, bro. But it's dealing with the opposite sex is, for men and women, is necessary for a healthy mental space. Just like I said, if you look at the guys who aren't successful with women, they have a lot of the times that come with mental problems, depression, anxiety, and shit like that. It's essential. It's essential.
Yeah, it's part of life for sure. This same with the animals and everything else in the world. That's how it works.
That's a part of life. That's what you're here to do. You're not here to create YouTube videos. You're not here to play video games. You're not here to write books. You're here to reproduce and to make sure and to contribute to the society. So what you reproduce, your offspring can carry it on to make it easier for them. So make it easier and more efficient for them. That's what you're here to do.
Facts. So now, what traits would you say that a man needs to be successful with women?
You need successful. You need game. That's off top, and the game is pretty much just your knowledge and knowing how to apply that knowledge to succeed. You need that. You need strength. You need strength. That's right up there. That's just one of the most important things, strength. And when I say strength, I mean like heart. Like you need to be able to deal with women and they bullshit and they tricks and they fuckery, and being able to stomach them leaving and shit like this. And if you can't deal with this type of shit, let's say a chick disrespects you, right? Because it's gonna happen. Yeah. You get a woman and shit, and you say, "Hey, don't disrespect me." The universe is gonna test you through her. So she gonna test you, right? And she disrespects you. Now you gotta have the heart and you gotta have the strength to stand on what you said, right? If you disrespect me again, you gotta get up out of here.
Facts.
Now, you know how hard that is to do when especially today's age, that okay, now she's vulnerable. Now it's all type of wolves. You already know niggas in her inbox. Her inbox a mile long. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to think about this type of shit, right? Yeah. But it takes strength and it takes heart to do what's right anyway. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck up out of my face and put you on ice for 2 weeks, right? Yeah. Now you in love with this girl, you got feelings, so now she's vulnerable. The sharks is in the water, they after her and shit like that. Like that take heart and they take strength to do that. Now, on top of that, what happens if she start crying in your face? Right? Can you stomach whole flu? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Can you stomach whole flu? Can you watch a woman cry in your face? You know what I'm saying? It's a scientific fact that when women cry in front of men, our testosterone drop significantly. Like this is how nature. This is how nature plays, right? When a woman cries, when a woman is in distress in front of a man, his testosterone levels drop. You see what I'm saying? Are you strong enough to withstand that and say, you still got to get the fuck up out of my house? I'm gonna fuck about you crying. I'm gonna fuck because you faking sick with your whole flu and all that. Fuck up out of my house. Now you risk, niggas snatching your girl up on some vulnerable shit. But you got to do it in order to get your respect on the back end, because if you don't, then your relationship gonna be over at any moment anyway.
Facts.
because the respect gonna start going downhill, and it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse. So I went a kind of a tangent with that, but like I said, game, strength, and with strength, that's heart. You need confidence because especially if you got to have decent looking chick, you need to
Mm-hmm.
know that she can't get better than you, and you have to display that through your actions to her. You have to figure out a way to convey that to her that there's no better than you, right? If you don't have confidence, you're gonna be jealous and insecure about every time your bitch leave the house. So you
Yeah.
need confidence. You need ambition because women need ambition. Women love ambition. Women don't really like fucking with dusty dudes, regardless of where they come from. Um, I would say that's the main. That's the
Okay.
main. Um, and what did I say? Strength, game, strength, confidence, and ambition.
Okay. No, all that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, and it's definitely tears to it, like how you said that's scientifically proven. Because just like we got game and we're learning this type of stuff, women have tactics as well. They know
For
that
real.
shame, like they know shaming and calling you this and that could get you a certain way, but if that doesn't work, now they just go straight to trying to violate, and if that don't work, the next step is tears. So these are
Right.
these
Now,
are levels to it that they use
right.
on us.
See, this is the thing about women, right? And you break it down to kind of on a different level. This is the type of shit that I try to teach guys to understand, because once you understand this shit, this make your shit colder. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
men have a propensity for violence, to carry out our will for what we want and to survive, right? That's why we have strength, testosterone. The testosterone in you will make it so you don't, throw up your pizza when you gotta blow somebody's brain out because they try to take your life and shit. Like, testosterone gives you this ability to do this, to go to war and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
This strength and all of this shit. Women don't have this, but they have to survive some type of way, right? And
Mm.
in order for this for everything to be balanced, women they're more conniving. This is why when I was saying they communicate covertly, they're more conniving.
Facts.
They lie a lot more, right? This is why
Yeah.
women, like, I'm not mad at it is what it is, because just like we ruthless, like a man's true nature is just as ruthless as a woman's true
Hmm.
nature, right? But they lie a lot more. They're a lot more conniving and a lot more slick, right? They have to do this. They have to be this way. The world, I hate saying the universe, but this is balance, right? This is their way to survive.
Yeah.
More underhanded and conniving and sneaky and manipulative,
Hmm.
right? We get the manipulation and all this shit. We get this from women.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Just to be in the game, because like you said, it all comes down to survival. Like right
right,
now we're comfortable, we're at home, we got a roof on our head and stuff like that. But if it really came down to it, women are fucked if they don't have a man on their corner. They're doomed.
right,
They don't know that though. It's 2020. You can be whatever you want. You can be a boss. You can do this and that. But it's so funny that you said that, because at the end of the day, they know deep down in their heart, if they don't have a man, or if they don't have men as they do and have all these tricks and stuff that they pull out, it's over with, because it's all
right,
about survival.
right.
Man,
They
so
they'll find a way to survive, but it would be it's bad for them. It'll be bad for them. But like I said, the way they survive is different than the way we survive. Like we men typically, and I'm not talking about pussified and watered down men, but a man in his natural state has a propensity for violence, to carry out
mhm,
his will, or to survive, or to get what he wants. You know,
facts.
and women are the opposite, but they're just as ruthless in being conniving,
Yeah,
being
that's
slick,
real
being
shit.
manipulative. That's
Yeah.
why, like, you ask a woman, ask a man to cry on command. He probably couldn't do it. But ask a woman. A woman can cry at the drop of a fucking hat. Like,
Yeah.
it's like instinct. She can fake cry. She can
Yeah.
fake sick. A bitch can fake sick, and you tell a bitch, get out of my house. Bitch start throwing up and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? On command, to make you feel bad.
Yeah. Real shit.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Uh-huh.
that's just in them to do that.
Yeah, and I think the tears definitely hold a lot more weight to us than to her. Like she can just
Yeah.
throw it out, like I think that's kind of the same in a sense when it comes to like when you're smashing a chick, like like us getting a pump and dump, it may hit different than some women because they're actually got a connection to it. It's not just a pump
Right,
and
right,
dump. That's why you'll be like, why
right,
she tripping? Why she? Nah, it's different, bro.
right, right.
So oh, appreciate you, King Jordan, Financial Ism. Hey, y'all make sure y'all check out King Jordan channel as well, man. This dude, he put me on some
That's my
game
boy
on some
King
shit.
Joy.
Yeah, he be flipping things that you guys would have never thought of. That's very common to get. So y'all make sure y'all check out bro channel. Got some good music as well. Appreciate that super chat, brother. So King Dre, how long would you say if you had to put it in years that you've been dealing with women?
36. I'm 36 now. 20 plus, bro.
20 plus?
20 plus,
Okay.
yeah.
So this kind of leads to the next question. Do you think the game has changed?
Of course. Hell yeah.
Okay. Why
Tremendously.
would you say
Yeah.
that?
Because women have, it's not like they'd have, the economic playing field has changed. So, like, that's number one. There's a few reasons, but the main reason being like women have more opportunity economically. So, your money really don't matter to them unless you have way more than it. But if you make 100,000 and the bitch make 100,000, like it ain't. That's not gonna make her submit. Like you can back in the days, you can bitch will submit to you because of your paper, right?
Yeah.
That don't really cut it like that no more generally. So they don't really need you in a sense of provision.
Mm.
You dig what I'm saying? That
Okay.
makes them a lot more arrogant, if the word is correct, arrogant.
Hmm.
Now, when you couple that with technology, they have access to a lot more options, right? Here's what I mean. Back in the day, if I said, "Oh, you disrespected me, get out of my house," right?
Yeah.
A woman would be vulnerable, right? In order to make her feel better or to get over that, the way like people naturally do with other women, she would have to wait on somebody to holler at her, or go get an outfit, go get her hair done, go find somebody to watch her kids, and then get up, go out, go to the club to wait for guys
Yeah,
to holler
like
at her.
ladies' night or something.
You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So a lot of times women would like deal with you and chase your ass, like, you know what I'm saying? Because that was just too much to go through.
Yeah.
You women did it, but for the most part, a lot of chicks would just they would stick to what they had, even if they was dogging them. Like now, that ain't the case. These bitches be like, all right, that women not chasing you like that no more, unless you have a real strong grip on them. You dig what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Uh-huh.
your game,
Okay.
like now, you need more game now than ever. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? Because like I said, they have a lot more options now. Like, well, not the same amount of people's in the world, but they have access to it. Like they don't have to leave their house. Like they post a picture, you get into a fight with your girl, and she posts a picture on her Snapchat or some shit. She get 100 comments on that shit.
Facts. She
You
getting
know what I'm saying?
screenshots and all type of shit. Yeah.
You need game. You need game for the mind. Like you have to lock them down in their mind. Like that money shit and all that. Your little swag and all that shit don't work like that no more. You gotta be cold out here now. So, because like I
Facts.
say, the playing field is level. The playing field is level now. So you
Mm.
can't you can't you can't really dog women out like that. And they're a lot more open sexually.
Mm. Yeah.
Like
Facts.
I remember like back then, like most chicks wasn't cool with like having a roster of dudes. You had chicks that was like that, but most chicks wasn't cool. It was like frowned upon. And if they did do it, they was quiet about it. Women
Uh-huh.
don't care about that no more.
Real
Oh,
shit.
young, old, nothing. They just don't give a fuck about none of that shit no more. They don't give a fuck about you calling them no hoe. They don't give a fuck about how you feel about it. No, nothing. They doing their thing. So
Yeah.
your game gotta be tight.
Facts. Facts, bro. Yeah. I agree with all that, man. So what is one thing that you would say most men don't understand about women?
Most men don't understand shit about women. and doing it, nothing. They don't understand how they operate. Nothing.
Okay, so
Nothing.
it's a
Most
whole bunch
guys
of
don't
shit.
understand.
Yeah.
Like, well, we'll be here all night. That's a whole nother thing in itself, bro. Like, for real.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
it's amazing to me that, like, just seeing it's like little basic shit. And like I said, I can't look down on a person for not knowing, but because I just come from a different world. But just
Uh-huh.
like certain shit, guys hit me up. It's like, yo, yo, man, I was with this girl for like 6 months and she's just up and just left me, man. And I always ask, how long was she single before you got with her? Oh, she had just got a divorce with her. And it's like, dude, you don't fucking know. Like, I knew that when I was 15. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like,
There's definitely levels to it for
like
sure.
you're a rebound, dude. Like, you didn't know that
Yeah.
you was a rebound. You didn't know not to take a woman seriously that just got out of a relationship. Like, a
Hmm.
lot. It's just so much shit that guys don't know. And I knew this type of shit when I was a teenager, you know?
Mm.
So yeah,
Okay.
most guys are clueless, dude. Most guys clueless.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. So I know you dealt with women for years now. You have a lot of ism, a lot of game, a lot of understanding. Have you ever been in love before?
Of course. You fucking right now. Let me not sit here and be like, I'm just the player of the century. I ain't fucking nigga. I done probably been done worse, and I try to tell my guys this, man. Um, he just come to me with these sob stories and shit. Like, I probably done been done worse than most guys, but it's just my attitude and my mentality. You know what I'm
Yeah, it's
saying?
all about how you
I
handle
take
it.
F players. If you deal with women long enough, you're gonna take some L's. So yeah, I
Facts.
took L's. I done been in love. I done been sick and couldn't eat and all that shit before. Like, you know what I'm saying? Over a bitch. And I
Yeah.
thought I was the coldest motherfucker alive at this time. Like, hey,
Uh-huh.
bitch. And then it just hit you. Like, hell yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's part of the game for sure.
It's
So
part of
let
the
me
it's part of the game.
so let me ask you this then. Which is more important to you, love or money?
To me,
Yeah.
in my life, for me, or for like what women want.
For you, like you personally.
Money. Money. I mean, and I say this, you know what? Because I have love. I got kids, so when you have kids, you get experience love. You experience unconditional love, right?
Uh-huh.
So maybe that's why I'm saying that, but I don't. I can care less if a bitch love me or not to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I'm broke, you know, if I'm broke, I ain't feeling right. I just don't feel right.
Facts. Facts. Okay, so let's get into this for a minute. This has been a topic forever, and I always like to hear different people's opinions. What are your thoughts on the choosing signals or the code approach? Which one are you leaning more towards?
Um, I mean, it's both. It's however you want to kick your game, but if you want to actually get out here and deal with women and develop a abundance mindset. And let me say this real quick: a lot of these guys are choosing signals. They either A, scary as fuck,
Yeah.
or two, have been through a phase to where they was cold approaching so much and dealt with women so much that they developed an abundance mindset themselves, where it's like, I don't give a fuck if a bitch come or go. And you usually
Hmm.
see that in older guys that have actually been through the game, and it's like it's tiring to them. So it's like, okay, in order for me to stop what I'm doing, the bitch gonna have to choose me. But
Yeah.
most time,
It's the
for the
first one.
yeah, most times it's just motherfuckers is scary, right?
Hmm.
But like I say, both is important. But if you just a regular average guy, you ain't gonna really get getting chosen like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't really get chosen like that unless you like super like ripped and or you got like you in a nice car, you got super nice clothes on that particular day, or when you go out, you flashy and shit. But for the most part, women ain't really out looking for dudes like that. Like,
Yeah.
women ain't even like they not. So
Yeah.
you're not really, like I say, every once in a while you'll find a chick that's just like, oh shit, this is my perfect type. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh shit, this dude is Mr. Man in action. Let's say you don't know your name, but you may be walking somewhere in the store and you may see a chick and she just all over you. She's all over you because you may be her prototypical type. Like a woman have a dream guy in their head, and you may fit that day. So she may be choosing up on you. But for the most part, if you just a regular fucking dude, you're not super tall, you're not super buff, you ain't got chains and jewelry and bait and all that shit on, you ain't gonna really begin choosing like that anyway. That's how I know dudes that be saying that just be talking. The girl would just wait on choosing. Like if you know anything about the game, you would know that women ain't really. Most women get hit on so much that they not like they trying to get to where they fucking going and go home. Like they not even paying attention to you.
Facts. And I always say when it comes to choosing signals, you still got to know how to talk to her anyway. It's rare that she's going to choose on you in game you
and approach you. Yeah. Right.
So you might as well have your pick of the litter on how you want to. Of course, the choosing signals will come, but they're not going to come as regular as some people may paint it, because that's just not reality of women in general, because they don't want to put themselves vulnerable of potentially getting rejected. And sometimes they just looking at your ass. Like I heard Alfie say it one day. He was like, sometimes y'all think it's a choosing signal. She may just be looking at you because you got the same hat that her boyfriend be wearing.
Right. And now for me, like my type, as far as like my personality type, when it comes to women, I like women to choose me. So like if I do approach her and shit, I set it up. I don't like to waste my time unless a bitch is feeling me, right? So I set the interaction up to where she can show me she interested, basically on some shoes and shit. But just like I'm not expecting me going to the grocery store and just like bitches to be just like, oh, here's just so drop dead gorgeous, oh my god, and the bitch is just looking at it. Don't work like that, fam.
Yeah.
But like I say, my type, I do like for a bitch, like if I go approach a woman, I give her my number and tell her to call me. I know if she called me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I do stuff like that. So I do like to be chosen. But as far as cold approach and choosing signals, waiting in it, you'd be hard pressed. And like I said, unless you drop dead gorgeous across the board, or you a celebrity, or you flashy, you're in a nice car, you got some nice shoes on, and you done up. You ain't, if you regular, you not, bitch ain't gonna choose you like that unless you her type, and you ain't gonna be every bitch type. So,
and like you said, the approach can turn into a choosing signal. She could have never seen you before, but how you come at her, now she's all over you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, man. So would you say that every woman needs an alpha male and a beta male in the sense of those terms? I try to stay away from them, but just for the general conversation.
Yeah. It's because I don't like using them terms either. It's balance, bro. It's balance. Okay. Everybody needs balance. That's like a woman's dream man, like the guy that can do both.
Well, let me ask you this though, because in a sense, I'm asking that, saying, do she need the alpha that she's really fucking with and the beta as the side nigga? Like, do she need two different niggas that present that? That's
she would rather have it in one. This is why you see. Am I answering the question correctly? Like if she could, she would have it wrapped up in one. This is why they try to tame down these niggas just like that type of dude. They try to tame him down, and then they go through years of hurt and all type of shit trying to change him. But you also see instances just as much as where a woman is trying to make her man be a man, or more manly, and make him be more attractive and shit like that. She got like a beta male dude. She's always trying to push him to be more, like the alpha male guy. You know what I'm saying? But if you ask a woman her dream guy, and a lot of guys say, well, women don't know what they want because they have like this list of shit, and it almost like coincides with each other, but it makes sense. It's just a balanced version of a dude. You see what I'm saying? Like the women want the player that don't have no holes at the moment, right? It don't make sense, but it do. Just like we want. If you look at it with us, right? I try to tell guys this so it can make more sense. When you ask them what do we want, right? Most of us want the virgin slut. You see what I'm saying? Just like women want the strong, weak nigga. You dig what I'm saying? It's the same shit. Like the virgin slut is like balance, right? When you think about it, it's just like the strong, weak nigga is balance.
Yeah.
It just unfortunately Unfortunately, in today's society, the way we brought up and the way we engineer, it's kind of hard to be in the middle. I try
Yeah,
to teach guys to be as close to the middle. You got alpha on this end, you got beta. The guy closest to the middle is more than likely the guy that have her soul.
facts.
You
Yeah,
see what I'm saying?
balance is key. Balance is key for sure. So I like the way you took that angle on that question. Um, Shout out to everybody in the chat right now, man. If y'all got any questions, y'all know what to do to get those questions answered. You know, everything should be active. Oh, like I blacked my screen out in the back. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, all good. All right, so let's talk about the book for a minute, man. With now, let me ask you just a general question about it. Oh shit, you still good? You still can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Okay, shit, I didn't upload some shit, but anyways, is your book more of a story or is it more of information? And basically what I'm saying is it something where you read and it kind of feels like you picture a movie because you know how some books are different, or is more of your book like a how-to type format?
Neither, bro. It's more so like a mentality type of thing, like planting the seeds. So
Okay.
it would more so along the lines be a how to, but like I want it to be deep to where it's like one of those things that change the way people think, like the way men think and the way that they behave.
Mm.
Like that's where I'm going with it. But it's not gonna be like, oh, you step one, step two. It's not. It's nothing like that.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
it's more so a code. You dig what I'm saying? It's more so a code.
Okay.
Like
So
it's crazy. I don't want to get too much into it because you know how
yeah,
people
yeah, yeah.
people steal your shit, but it's more so a code, like a code, bro.
Okay. Yeah, 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 I got you. So you guys make sure y'all stay tuned for that. Make sure y'all click on that first link below to subscribe to King Dre channel. Let's talk about business for a minute because I feel like I mean I pretty much know you got an entrepreneur mindset because you do things outside of YouTube, of course. You know, you
Right.
got your courses, you got a book coming out, you got a channel growing. You on Patreon too, right?
Nah, I actually stopped Patreon because I felt like
Okay.
it was stifling my growth. So it's
Okay.
like I was doing good. I was doing decent, like pulling a couple few hundred off of there in a month. But I was like, you know
Yeah.
what? I'm putting all my content on here behind the paywall. Let me focus on growing my shit first. And
Fact.
once I grow more, and then I'll.
Okay. So would you say for a young entrepreneur out there, would you say that he should try to get multiple businesses so he can get
No,
multiple streams from everywhere, or just one and
no,
get?
no. I made that mistake.
Okay.
No, you spread yourself thin. You
Yeah.
spread yourself thin. You can't. Jack of all trades is a master at none. You
Mm.
know,
Facts.
like
Yeah.
I do this, and then I do something else. Like I
Okay.
can't spread, especially now once you get older and shit. Like I ain't
Mm.
really got the, it's you can't be in 10 places at one time. It's impossible, especially when you don't have the capital to pay people to work for you. When you're
Yeah.
doing everything by yourself, you something need all of your attention and your energy. Then once you can get that popping and you can automate it, then you move on to something else and you move on to something
Uh,
else. But it's better to kind of be good and hone in on one thing. Like I said, you can't be. It's physically impossible, but to be in 10 places at one time,
yeah.
physically or mentally.
Yeah.
So if you
Because
got 5 different businesses, how does that work?
yeah.
You know,
And if they don't connect in any way, you're only putting half-ass in all of them. Like that's why
right,
I
right,
always recommend for anybody who's like asking me about business tips. I'm like, bro, get really good at what you're doing, and you'll find other sources from that. You know,
right,
like
right,
as, as simple as like I do DJing as well. So when it comes to DJing, I know that I get really good at that. I can potentially teach how to DJ. I can do live events and stuff like that instead of
right,
trying to do that and then do filming and then do this and do that and do this. And the same with this is like Patreon is a totally different vibe, but it's still similar content. Buy Me a Coffee is audio infield. You know, join the channel membership is where I'm interviewing women about
right,
dating in real life. So it's all strung together. So I
right, right,
definitely know what you mean. Instead of like me having an ice cream company, you know what I mean, and food truck over here on the side, it don't even make sense right now.
right, right. You and then you can spawn different avenues of income from that. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? When you see people say, "Oh, the average millionaire has 7 streams of income and all that," I know you hear shit like that, right?
Yeah. Ty Lopez
But
shit.
yeah, the thing is that they didn't become millionaires with 7 streams of income. You know, most of them
Yeah.
they got their money and then they started putting their bread into investments and things like that. That's how that works.
Okay. So what would you say your definition of a CEO is?
A chief executive office, like I call it what it is.
Yeah.
Somebody
So
who's the top as far as
okay. So
somebody because I can have I can own, not necessarily the owner, but somebody who runs, who's in charge of running the shit from the top, the highest level. You know what I'm saying? Like you can
facts.
have an owner of a business, right? Like
Hmm.
Amazon. Um, Mark, and I said Mark Zuckerberg. What's his motherfucker's name? Jeff
Bezos.
Bezos. He
Uh-huh.
owns Amazon, right? But he's not
Yeah.
the CEO, I don't think. Like Mark Zuckerberg owns Facebook, but I don't think he's the CEO of Facebook. You know, they hire people, the people who own McDonald's and shit, they hire CEOs to, you know, uh, to run the company for them.
Okay. I see what you mean. So what are your thoughts on money?
Uh, this shit is important, especially in a capitalistic society. It's essential, and in a capitalistic society, it's our resource. And resources are important to a man's confidence.
Right.
If the resources was rice, we would need to know how to do rice. And if you can't get rice, then you can't live. That would
Yeah.
fuck with your confidence. So in America, the main resource is money.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely need it, man. You
Yeah.
definitely needed to eat. You needed to do everything. You needed to drink water nowadays. It's getting crazy out
Right.
here. Make sure the
Right.
water is clean. Well, I guess we'll wrap it in a minute, man. Like I said, if any of you guys have questions, you know how to throw them in there. But I wanted to ask you one more question before we get up out of here.
Oh, for
What are you
sure.
most What are you most proudest of in your life?
Uh, there's a lot of moments, man. Outside of this, seeing my kids grow, man. Like they start to accomplish little things and shit like that.
Hmm.
It's crazy seeing that. So
Yeah.
any parent would say that. That's like the cheat code to that question if you got kids. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now as far as myself doing this and sticking with it, because I never really stuck to shit too long. Like I like if shit were working, like I have a street mentality. Like if shit ain't working, go find something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I never really stuck to shit too long. Like I've always tried different things. And if it didn't work, I'd scrap it. But sticking to this, especially because it don't pay like that, um, sticking to this for so long, like
Mm.
I'm proud of that.
Thanks. Yeah, it's definitely longevity, man. I told myself when I hopped into the YouTube world and I created my first video, I said I'm gonna do this for 2 years straight, and if nothing happens, then I'll give up. But it's so easy for something to happen. It could be one view or
Yeah,
one like that keeps you motivated. So that's why I always say small little motivations like that is what can help people stick to stuff.
yeah. I don't know. I didn't even have a thing. I said this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna just do this until I
Yeah,
don't feel like doing it no more. And I have yet to not feel like the more I do it, the more I want to do it. I
yeah,
say
yeah.
it don't even be like money. Like I said, of course I get compensated for my time here and there, but like
Yeah,
I'm accessible all day. Like guys can DM me all day, all night. I'm answering emails all night. Like it's just I don't know. It's crazy, bro. But
facts.
I
Yeah,
get joy out of it. Like people like hit me up like, man, you changed my life, man.
yeah. Real
Shit
talk.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I always say like my biggest purpose on here is to motivate guys to go out and do shit.
Right,
Because
right,
honestly, as much game as anybody drops, everybody got to play the game themselves. We're
right,
we're we're pretty much the manual to the shit. We're saying this is
right.
possible. You can do this. You can do that. You can do this. You can have her do this. You can have her do that. But you gotta go out and take action. You gotta
You
go
got to
out
get
and
in the game.
Exactly. That's it.
Yeah, you got to get in the game. I tell my guys the same thing. Like, I ain't you wasting your time. Like, I just dealing with this virgin dude, right?
Yeah.
This virgin dude hit me up. Dude's virgin, 23 years old, not a bad looking guy, but he had circumstances as to why. But he basically wanted to get in the game. So I talked to him for like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? For free, I'm gonna help you get your shit together. Right. Maybe a week or two went by. I was like, bro, nothing is gonna happen until you get out there. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna continue to be depressed.
I swear.
You're gonna continue to be like until you get out there. Nothing is gonna. It don't. Life don't come to your door and say, "Here's everything you want." It does not work like that.
Especially as a man, like that's why when
It
guys
don't.
talk about purpose and everything, it's like, bro, you'll literally find it if you're active. If you're socializing and you're active, you'll find what you're
Even for
good at.
women though. Even for women, right? Because niggas think women have it harder. I mean, women have it easier. It may seem that way, but think about this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine every time somebody gave you something, they wanted you to bend over and fuck you in your ass for it. Like you had to be penetrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. That dog was like, no.
My daughter
But
played
just think about
TikTok.
this. Think
Yeah.
about this, right? Imagine you
Yeah.
had to be penetrated. Somebody had to go up on side you. Somebody had to get on top of you and conquer you, right? Somebody had to get
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
top
I
of
see
you
what
and
I see
conquer
where you're
you
going.
for you to get what you want, right? So now you got to figure out a way to finesse this motherfucker and string him along to get what you want from him, so he don't get on top of you. Just the thought of a person, like as a man, think about somebody like literally getting on top of you, like smothering you on top of you. Like just think
Yeah.
about that. You know what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying? So
And
it's
they
not
know they're
like
the weaker. They always know they're the weaker person in a situation. So I see what you mean.
you
Like,
see what I'm saying. It just
yeah,
it's rough in different ways for us. Like you know what I mean.
facts,
But
facts.
yeah, it's crazy
For sure, for sure. Well, I appreciate you for hopping on the channel, man. This was
for
definitely a
sure,
good
bro.
interview. Everybody watching on the playback, make sure y'all like the video and make sure y'all subscribe to King Dre. Like I
For
told you
sure.
guys, anybody that y'all see on this channel with me, they have something to say. You know, like that's how my interviews are set up because there's people I reach out to and there's also people that reach out to me for interviews. And I'm not gonna do all of them unless I truly fuck with their content. Like I've been watching King Dre videos. I've been learning game from him. I found out about his channel way before we did this interview. This isn't like some new person that's on YouTube. So y'all make sure y'all support. I'm telling y'all, don't take this stuff for granted.
For
But
sure.
did you have any final words before we get up out of here, bro?
Nah, man, just stay in the game. You know, make sure you're doing the best you can. Make sure you're being the best you can be. Always command your respect and check them or charge them.
For sure. All right, man. Remember, guys, if you do nothing, nothing will happen. So go ahead and take action now. We out this thing.
For sure.